And now to new developments in a story we first broke more than a year ago when a West Michigan man who uses a wheelchair was removed from a flight because the airline said he was too disabled to fly. And to make matters worse, he now says the law that's supposed to protect him is having the opposite effect. 24 Hour News 8's Mark Thompson shows us in studio, joins us now in studio with more. Mark?
Yeah, Marley, Johnny Title is an author and a motivational speaker who travels the country and has racked up tens of thousands of miles in the air. But back in 2010, he was grounded due to his disability. And to add insult, he says he can't even sue.
Who at the time...
It's been over a year now, but the experience Johnny Title will never forget.
It was embarrassing. It was humiliating. It was out of the ordinary.
This after Title was removed from a U.S. Airways flight from Palm Beach, Florida to Kansas City, Missouri, because according to the airline, he was too disabled to fly. Title has cerebral palsy and has used a wheelchair since birth.
Just a guy trying to go to work. Had nothing to do with my disability.
The law designed to protect people with disabilities from discrimination is called the Air Carriers Access Act, passed by Congress in 1986. The law prohibits airlines from refusing a disabled person a flight unless they deem the person's disability poses a safety risk to other passengers, which is what happened to Title. But the law is subjective, and Title's main complaint is the fact that it does not allow an individual to sue the airline if they have a discrimination complaint.
They've got all these rules they have to follow under that law. Well, theoretically, they don't have to follow them, because there's no legal recourse.
A spokesperson representing the airline industry basically told us there's no need for a disabled person to sue because the Department of Transportation speaks for them.
Including DOT's ability to levy substantial fines, protects the interests of persons with disabilities and provides real motivation for air carriers to pay close attention to compliance with these regulations.
But Title believes a disabled person should have the right to sue for themselves and has started a nonprofit called the Disability Leadership Network and a Facebook page called Let 'Em All Fly, drawing awareness and drumming up support to fight against an industry he says is currently flying above the law.
It's like when your kid burns his hand on a stove and you don't reprimand him for it, he's going to continue to do it.
And the Department of Transportation did slap U.S. Airways with a fine for their actions in Tuttle's case, but since he wasn't allowed to sue, he couldn't collect any damages. He now has an attorney and is working with several legislators to have that law changed.